Welcome to the Hermitcraft recap. My name is Pixelriffs, our writer is LoyXP, and sometimes things are not Hermitcraft. We usually don't talk about those things on this channel, but hey, we aren't Hermitcraft either. So as a quick aside, let's talk about the Third Life SMP. Third Life SMP is a Minecraft multiplayer YouTube series with a unique premise and quite a few of your favourite hermits in it. Stuck in a 700 by 700 slice of a Minecraft world, the players have to survive and thrive with proximity chat running 24/7. And if that wasn't challenging enough, each of them only gets 3 lives before their run is finished forever. What's worse, on their last life, a player's task changes to hunting down and taking out other players. We, however, will not be there to tell you about it, as we have our hands full with this show and Trying Not to Die through May on Twitch, so no Third Life recap from us. There's enough going on in our first lives anyway. 2 more Hermitcraft relevant news. Azuma Void is nearing his 1000th Hermitcraft episode on his channel, having counted since Season 1. It's no small feat to accomplish, and we are eager to congratulate him properly next week. And while we're on the topic of special videos...
It was a door. It was a door! And now it works. Look at that. I'm the best magician you've ever seen.
Mumbo returned to the server this week for an episode commentated almost entirely after it was recorded. Since his house still has builders working on it throughout the day, Mumbo took the approach of recording everything without audio, then commentating it later. A few minutes in, he realised he didn't even have to do the commentary himself, so we enter a bizarro version of Hermitcraft where Grian, Rendog and Iskal all explain what Mumbo's doing without any context.
You know, this could be my channel from this point forth. I'm just going to be lazy. I'm going to record clips and get other people to do the voiceovers.
What he was doing was mostly building a vault to keep all his diamonds in, but it's especially funny that this is how Iskal found out he'd lovingly decorated an area of Pacific that was meant to be roped off for redstone circuitry.
This here. This here is the redstone area, okay? This is what I was thinking all along. Who didn't know that this was redstone area? I mean, come on.
The joke's on Mumbo really, since he also gave Grian the footage which included the secret combination to his diamond vault.
What's going on here? I'm getting kind of discombobulated. It's all starting to make sense now. Even more diamonds. In fact, tons of diamonds, blocks of diamonds, walls of diamonds, a vault of diamonds.
Mumbo isn't the only one casually giving away his stuff. Vintage Beef decides to do a little spring cleaning and a whole lot of map art, and puts up signs for a yard sale at his beachfront hacienda. The wares on display include some Llama Dad banners, a few barrels of miscellaneous books, a dusty old treasure map, and a life-size cardboard cutout of Iskal. But when Cub, Etho, and Joe Hills show up, they're mostly interested in buying the for sale sign.
You got a deal. And the boat? Boat a diamond too?
Done.
Etho goes one step further and asks for the price of the yard itself, but Beef haggles him into buying the fountain courtyard at the center of the hacienda, which is put into perspective when Keralis turns up and buys the entire house, minus the central courtyard, for 80 diamond blocks.
How about Home Sweet Home? Is this place remotely for sale?
I mean, everything's got a price, right? I mean, it would make my spring cleaning a lot easier if I didn't have anything to clean.
Having made Beef potentially the richest hermit on the server, Keralis plans to convert the area into an airport, so hopefully the planes will enjoy taking off next to an ornamental fountain.
And a sweet boat. Check it out. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
This week sees Cubfan135 complete the parkour course in his Great Pyramid. The Nether-style level offers an especially challenging experience and jumps complex enough that Cub himself struggles through a few of them while showing his work. The participants will be ranked on a 0 to 3 stars scale, and of course, this being Cub, the stars are Nether stars that Wither bosses drop. Turns out that's what scared Tango last week.
Turns out there was an Ender Dragon there, so had to defeat the Ender Dragon.
Heart explode.
But the parkour course isn't even the greatest ambition Cubfan fulfills this week. A season-long promise comes to fruition when Cub puts a mini-golf course into the Great Pyramid. This time around it's an item throwing game and it's finished in one video, though don't let that fool you into thinking it isn't massive. A special shout out goes to the Precision Hole, the Home in One Hole, the Honey Slide Hole, and to Cub's final score.
I was 69 with the spicy ball right there. The par is 57, so I was 12 over. Room for improvement for sure, but hopefully some hermits will visit this soon.
Joe Hills has a hole to fill in the base of the Ever Given, and he makes the task less mundane by interviewing a monster designer for the Pathfinder RPG while he places terracotta.
Yeah,
and truly unprepared for what I'm about to do to it.
Yeah, and I think this is really the mark of a great monster, is that it elevates the game by creating opportunities for players and dungeon masters to tell a different type of story than they would have otherwise.
But from terrifying creatures to a monstrous challenge, the next episode finds him stepping up as the first contestant for Cub's parkour courses. Having completed the tutorial and his best Cubfan impression, he gets stuck into and stuck on some parts of the modern parkour challenge. Cub even swings by to see how it's going, giving Joe some pointers on how to complete one of the trickier corners, but Joe cruises through the rest of the course without hints and gets to raise a nether star above his head for the first time this season.
I'm very excited. My chat has pointed out multiple times that you knew this was going to be a hard one, so you put 2 rage quit doors in.
Oh.
We're going to need to go... Apparently this is the first time I've held a nether star this season. I've just unlocked some recipes.
If more nautical nonsense be something you wish, stay away from Keralis since he actually delivers something realistic and sensible this time.
Yes, I can show you. Like, I'm gonna be doing something similar to our own marina. So let me just show you a picture.
Keralis' main project for the video is building a marina at the harbour town, as well as a flotilla of boats harboured in it, one ship away from being blocked from departing. While the audience is out watching his POV of stat poker, he pokes his head into the shipping containers and discovers Scar's sewer cat base in there. Either way, the shoreline ends up looking wharftiful.
It's hard to find a good angle of it, okay? But there are some bushes, there are some trees, palm trees, we do have some boats.
It's fitting then that Zombie Cleo's version of Keralis rises from the sea in his own feature-long blockbuster coming to screens later this year.
And after that, it's time to build Keralis.
While working at the Hermit Zoo, Cleo is hard at work creating armor stand art to represent Keralis, BOO, and Impulse SV, the latter in less of a corporeal form than the others. While B-Dub's got his bed equivalent of a ball pit and Keralis his city to fight an ape in, Impulse's exhibit draws from his Phasmophobia streams and the spooky antics therein. On the downside, he's dead for the most of it. On the upside, he gets to throw a coffee at Tango.
He's walking around with a coffee cup that he has picked up. And then basically just started throwing his coffee cup at Tango. This is the coffee cup. This is Tango being terrified by the coffee cup because, of course, Impulse is invisible at this point because he's a ghost.
While Cleo works on containing fantasy monstrosities, XB Crafted is working on a home for the more pastoral critters, himself included. Having perfected the art of building a backyard pool, he adds one to his modern farmhouse so he can go for a post-apocalyptic swim somewhere that isn't a squid-infested river.
Look at it. I think that turned out amazing. Oh, bumped it. I think that turned out amazing.
But the main build he tackles is a big red barn, complete with a few modern touches, room for a whole herd of cows, and the distinct feeling that you're being watched.
Ah, hello. Oh, wait. No, he ain't back here. Look at, they're all... Sorry, I'm okay. No more fun. Back to business. Serious business.
Having struggled to find a name for False Symmetry's UFO on legs these past couple of weeks, we're now sure we will not be calling it a Strider. Striders, it turns out, is what will be driving it all along.
I can even grab 2 at a time. Look at this. That's so good.
Once the lava wobblers from the Nether are transported to their fun vehicle, False makes sure to arm them with a rail cannon and point them towards the nearest city. The lore of her cyber town deepens, as do the shell craters in the walls.
And then, yeah, this is going to be the floor that has a lot of issues.
Impulse SV is working on a rail cannon of his own, but with players as ammunition. Once you're loaded into the chamber of Grian's big barge sweep game, Impulse's segment aims to shuffle you around using slime blocks and spam you with shulker boxes that blend into the lime green walls.
Like, take blocks out, you know, this is always so hard in texturing to make things look random when they're really not. Oops, I did that. I really don't like that slime block for some reason. I keep destroying it.
With that segment complete and the launch mechanism compacted, he helps Tango test out a resource pack for the long-awaited Mongoose project, then returns to his bases, first to consider another pallet swap at the pyramid, but then to plan out some farms and storage at the Ice Fortress.
If I can throw items properly into the water, there we go. And there it is. Perfect. Okay, good. We know there's no clogs and the items are definitely flowing through properly.
And finally, Azuma Void's theatre build delivers its first performance, though it might be a bit too extreme for general audiences.
Oh my goodness me. Oh my goodness me, let me out of here. No! Do not explode! Oh! I got no idea. It just fell from like the chandelier. It can't spawn on glass.
While the backstage repairs go on, X puts some quality into the appendix behind the build and transforms it into a cozy market of variable goods that you won't be allowed into the auditorium with. Especially fun is a banner-powered mosaic of the Moopop advertising that actually does pop, since that's how banner loading works in Minecraft. We don't think it moves, unfortunately.
And one slight problem, from a distance there's nothing there, and bam, it just loads into existence because of the render distance for banners.
And that's going to be it for this week's recap. Our writer is LoyXP, and my name is PixelRiffs. In our own end-screen theatre, we present you a tragic tale of two men stuck in Skyblock trying to convince a cobblestone chicken to exist. We promise it makes sense in context. Don't forget to leave a like while you're still here, and subscribe so you won't miss future recaps. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.